Jeez. It's a video I did not want to make, but I feel like with everything going on, I have to make this video, especially being a Canucks fan. We're going to pull the mic close. We're going to have a full-on just conversation here. No crazy high energy, no super excitement. We're getting into the nit and gritty. I think that's the saying, at least. And we're going to talk about some stuff here. I got some notes, as you guys can see. We got some negatives. You guys can see my 5-year-old writing. I mean, definitely is. We got some positives. Definitely smaller notes. There's more negatives to talk about than positives, so we'll definitely talk about the negatives first. But if you guys are unaware, you should be by the title of the video. I'm going to be talking about the Canucks season so far. And from a Canucks fan, are the Vancouver Canucks fans overreacting? Us as a whole, as a fan base, are we overreacting to what is going on right now in Vancouver? Before we get going into this though, as always, if you guys are new to the channel, me love to get subscribed. Like the video if you enjoyed. I don't normally post content like this because I don't know how many of you guys watching are Canucks fans, but I'm a big Canucks fan. I have been my whole life, and I definitely have a lot to talk about. And because I haven't shared anything on this channel really, just here and there, I definitely got some stuff I want to spew out. I've been trying to put off making a video like this because I haven't really wanted to. I've just been keeping everything that's been going on inside, and I'm a diehard Canucks fan, so it's finally time to talk about it and release it out into the wild. If a lot of people don't watch this video, that's okay with me. I just need to vent, and I need to tell somebody what my thoughts are and what's going on. I might miss some things, some important details, as I just wrote some stuff down that pissed me off last night after watching the Canucks game, and I want to talk about that. I didn't sit on it and think about for weeks stuff to talk about. This is just a quick thought from last night's game and what I think. Some of this stuff might be controversial. Some people might not agree. Some people might. Obviously, of course, let me know down in the description your guys' thoughts on the whole Canucks situation. And let's get into some of the topics. So my first topic at hand is the clear, obvious, and that's Jim Benning. Why is Jim Benning still a Vancouver Canuck? Like, why is he still our GM? It blows my mind. It took the Montreal Canadiens 3 months to evaluate their GM situation and get rid of him. To be fair, I think he was kind of snake bit a bit because I don't think the Montreal Canadiens were a team to get to the Stanley Cup final. Like, they were not a Stanley Cup final team. They were not a Stanley Cup team, but they made it there. So that's the expectations the owner had. And when the team came off to a rocky start this year, which is arguably probably close to the year that they would have had last year if it was a normal season, he got fired. So kind of sucks for him. Kind of feel a little bit bad. But the Canucks, in a worse spot, one of the worst seasons. I think right now our season start, I read something that it's the third or fourth worst start in Canucks history. And the last time we had a start like this, our coach was fired. And our coach was fired about 2 games ago. So for whatever reason Travis Green's being held on to, I have no idea. Jim Benning's being held on to, I have no idea. This guy's had 8 seasons to try to build a team. And sure, we've done a rebuild. He's gotten some decent drafts. PD was a steal. Hughes kind of fell in our laps. We lucked out there. Höglander, absolute steal. Paul Coulson's looking pretty good, so that's looking like a decent draft pick. He had some bumps, like Jake Virtanen was a bummer. Olli Juolevi was a bummer. But all in all, as far as drafts, I say Jim Benning has a positive record. I'd say he's about 75 out of 100. That's the grade I'd give him on his draft picks. He's got a win there. I'll give him that. But everything else, a debacle, like absolute debacle. Trades have been terrible. Signings have been terrible. He's really good at giving out lots of money and lots of term to a player that does not deserve it. Prime example, everyone knows about it, Louis Eriksson, Jay Beagle, Brandon Sutter. These are all just prime examples. Tyler Myers, how could I forget about that? That's a prime example as well. Tyler Myers did not deserve $6 million. I would have let him walk. Let him go somewhere else for $6 million. You could find a better or equally good defenseman for like $2 or $3 million cheaper than what Tyler Myers is. Jim Benning rides the high. He sees a player that's doing well, and he goes out there and gives them the money, expecting them to continue that trend, and for whatever reason, they fall off. He's had 8 years to build this team, and although we have a solid foundation, at least on paper, we still haven't made it past the second round of the playoffs. And arguably, that bubble year, we should not have made the playoffs. If the season continued out like a normal season, we would not have made the playoffs. And that probably would have been good. We would have got a better draft pick, and it probably would have sped our rebuild process. We wouldn't have looked at this team as a cup contender or a playoff team. We would have looked at them as a failure still, and they still have work to do. Like, us getting screwed over and making the playoffs in the bubble year ruined everything, in my opinion. I actually think we were at decent pace. We would have missed the playoffs. We probably would have drafted a decent player, and we probably would have just waited out the Louis Eriksson, the Jay Beagle, and the Anton Roussel contracts, and we wouldn't have got Connor Garland, who I love, and OEL, or at least not then we wouldn't have. Maybe we could have somehow, some way down the line. I know Vancouver and Jim Benning loved OEL, so that probably could have still happened, but we would have just like toughed it out, got through those contracts, and then the team probably would have been better after that. But now we're still stuck with an OEL contract for another 6 years till he's 36 years old. And Connor Garland's a stud. I'll get into that later. Travis Green, he's been here for 5 years. And sure, he coached the team to make it somehow, some way against Vegas in the playoffs. Our team did not deserve that. You watched them play, and they held on for dear life. Demko and Markstrom carried that team in the playoffs, and it's not even like Green coached a well-defensive team. We just had really good goalies. Demko and Markstrom just held their ground and kept us in it. We did not play good offensively because Travis Green had us playing defensively, and we didn't even play that good defensively. I don't get what they see in Travis Green that I don't. Like, I want to understand. I want to be on board. I want to see what they see in him, but I just don't. His time is up. Travis Green has this team playing defensive, trying to play for how terrible this defense is. He sees that our defense is struggling, so he's telling everyone to play more defensively. That's not going to work. Our team cannot win 3-2, 2-1 games. Very evident so far this year. We've lost so many one-goal games and low-scoring games. Our team just doesn't have it in us to win those games. He has to play all offense. We got to be winning games 7-5, 6-4, 6-5. We cannot be only scoring 2 goals a game. It does not work for our team. Our team is not built like that. And when people say the Vancouver Canucks don't have an identity, it's simply because we're not good defensively, but we're also not producing offensively because Green's trying to have us play defensively. Ugh. It just blows my mind. How does he not see the strengths in the team? The team's strengths are supposed to be offense. I think our offense is killed this year because of how he's trying to make the team play. PD has zero confidence because PD is being told to play defense first. Sure, PD's a two-way player, but he's also just offensively gifted. Brock Besser, offensively gifted. JT Miller, offensively gifted. Like, why are these 3 guys, everyone on the team, not just the 3 guys, being forced to focus defense first when what they want to do and their mentality and their first thought is to think offense first? You're just contradicting what these players are best at, and in return making them look like garbage when they're not garbage. No wonder PD has zero confidence and he doesn't want to make a play with the puck. How much of that is him just not being confident or him just being told not to? Maybe he's being told, make the smart play. But PD excels when he doesn't make the smart play. He goes and does something that you don't expect him to do and it works. Like, that's when PD was at his best. That's when PD was thriving the last 2 or 3 seasons, was he would get the puck, you would expect, oh, he's just going to make a simple chip down the boards, nice play. No, he throws out a toe drag, or he throws out a sick move, gets by the player, and then we have a good scoring chance. Like, there was last night a chance on the power play where PD had the puck at the side of the net, the goalie was down, and PD of last year or the year before would have put it between the legs and put it into the net. This PD grabs the puck, circles around, passes back to the point. And it's like, how much of that is that him thinking to do that? Or is he being told that's how he has to play? Is he being told to not take the high risk, high reward plays? Sometimes I agree, don't do the high risk, high reward. But this team is so skilled and talented that we can get away with it a lot of the time. And that's almost how we have to play. It's a 50-50. And I think we have to play those 50-50s. Either the high risk, high reward works and we get a good scoring chance, or it doesn't and it goes back the other way and Demko has to save us. But he's good enough that he is saving us, so I say take that risk. Next, Travis Green has us playing dump and chase. Why? You think PD, skinny dude, not the biggest dude, is going to haul ass into the corner and get a puck? That's not our team. You think Hoglander, he does it anyways, he's a beast. But you think he's going to be able to just go in against these big defensemen and take the puck? That's not our team. Our team is small, skilled, fast. Why do we not carry the puck the best we can, carry the puck into the offensive zone and control? Why are we dumping and chasing? How many times do the Canucks dump the puck in, don't chase after it, or even if they do, it's too late. The other team's already got it going the other way, and it's an odd man rush, and they probably score. Like, it happens all the time. I don't get it. How do you look at this team of players and think, this is a very good dump and chase team? It's not. It's a very good carry the puck into the offensive zone type team. It's all coming out now. Like, I didn't want to make this video, but now that I'm talking about it, everything's just coming out. Next, Lamico. Who is this guy? This guy's not even an AHL player. He's an AHL fourth liner at best. He's not an NHL guy. He's terrible. Absolutely terrible. I would rather somebody else from the AHL in his position. Get Nick Patan up here. Nick Patan looked pretty good in the preseason. Get him up playing. Like, literally almost anybody in that fourth line except him. He's useless. Now, another thing I want to address is the Canucks are saying, or at least there's things I'm reading, that they have not fired Benning or Green because they didn't have a plan B. They don't have an alternative, somebody else to go to. What kind of GM is this? What kind of owner is this? That he just let Benning assemble a team and is like, that's all I believe in. I believe in this team. Like, sure, that shows good belief. You believe in the team. But as a realistic standpoint, you do not have a plan B. You know what I mean? You have to have a plan B in case things fail. Like, that's just common knowledge. That makes sense. Like, sure, it's one thing to believe in your team a lot, which is good. It is good that he clearly believes in Jim Benning and he believes in what he's paying for and who he's got on the organization. Sure, that's okay, but you have to have a plan B in case it fails. You can't be just one-dimensional. You can't just look at it one way and that's it. You have to see it from the other point of view. You have to contradict yourself and be like, what if? What if what we've built here doesn't work? And you have to have a plan B to counter that. And the Canucks just don't. Like right now, they're looking at coaches to hire in place of Green. When Green's still coaching, you should have this job already filled for when this happens. And then you just fire and replace. That's how it should be. I don't even want to talk about our power play and penalty kill. It's too long of a conversation. It sucks. It's not good. It doesn't really make sense why it's bad. It just is. The whole team is just bad. Okay, you guys, let's hop into some positives. It's all negatives here. I do have some positives. And first off, the positive that I have here on the top of my list is Connor Garland. He's an absolute stud. We got him, what, for 5 years at 5 point something? Like, something cheap. 5.3 or something. I just pulled that number out of my butt. I have no actual idea. I know it's 5 point something. It's between 5 and 6. That's a steal for someone who's right now playing one of the best on the team. He plays night in and night out. He generates chances. When the team looks dull, Connor Garland gets the puck and he's making plays. He's trying something. He's doing something. And that's what you want to see. So Connor Garland's a huge upside for me right now. The fact this is kind of almost a wasted season for him at the good contract we have because the team sucks. But we got him for another 4 years after this, and he deserves it. He's an absolute stud. Paul Colson has looked very good. People were unsure what was going to happen. People were saying that he was going to be a bust. But right now he's looking pretty good. His two-way game is very, very solid. He's getting better in the defensive zone. Not to mention, he's got a wicked shot. All his goals are snipes. He gets the puck at around the circle and he's sniping it into the net. Like every single goal I think he has scored this season has just been a wicked snipe. Like let the guy shoot more. Put the guy on the power play. Let him snipe some pucks. He's actually scoring. Brock Besser is not. Paul Colson can. And he's got just probably as good of a shot as Besser. Maybe a little bit worse. It's hard to say that right now. But he's just looking very good. Hoglander continues to improve. He continues to impress. Second round draft pick, and he's looking like a stud. He battles night in and night out. Now, I will give OEL some love. Oliver Ekman-Larsson has looked better than he did on Arizona. He's actually kind of improved, and I'm actually slightly impressed. Is he still worth the $7.2 million that we're paying him? No, definitely not. But he is playing, I'd say, like a $4 million player. It still doesn't sound good to say. But he's playing better, and he's definitely trying, and he's bringing a bit more offense. But Hughes is still the quarterback of this team and still runs this team. People flack Myers. I flack Myers, but Myers and OEL have actually played pretty solid together. I've been relatively impressed with our defense. Our defense hasn't been the reason we've lost games. I think our offense has. People see us lose a game 3-2, and they're like, our offense sucks. But we already knew our offense sucks. We should be winning those games 4-3, not losing them 3-2. We should be winning them 5-3, not losing them 3-2. Like, for our defense to only let in 3 goals, in my opinion, is a win. our offense needs to be scoring more than 3 goals, 100%. With how skilled our offense is, on paper, we have one of the best offensive cores in the NHL, in my opinion, when everyone's playing top-notch. It's just everyone's not, and that's why our defense looks worse than they actually are. I think they're playing actually almost above par for what I thought they would be. Hughes is a plus player. Hughes is +3 as of right now. I know a lot of people don't look at plus minus, but he's a plus player. Hughes last season was -24. He has improved defensively dramatically, and it's not like he's getting tons of points on the power play because our power play has sucked. So he's definitely improved 5-on-5. Last thing I want to say is Bubble Demko is here to stay. He showed up in the bubble, and people said, oh, Bubble Demko, but he's actually that good. That's just how good he is. Demko has been our best player night in and night out, and it's not even close. That's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. Really just wanted to rant about the Canucks and what pisses me off, and there's a lot of it. I don't even think that was all of it. I pretty much covered all of my notes here, though, so I'm happy about that. But I'm sure if I sat down and thought about it, there'd be more things that would piss me off. As far as Canucks fans overreacting, the title of the video, no. I don't think the Canucks fans are overreacting. I think the team thought this was a buy-in season, a season that we're going in and we're a cup contender or a playoff team, and we're not. We're just not there. Or maybe we are, and Green's just got the team playing like garbage, playing like they can't, and they just have no confidence. Maybe on paper, the team is a playoff team, which I think they are on paper, and for whatever reason, they're not playing that way, whether it's Green or it's the players themselves. I don't know exactly what it is. In my opinion, I would lean more towards it's Green's problem. He's not coaching the team the way they should be, and the team's not buying into the way he's coaching. That's what I see it as, but it's hard to say. All I know is this season's been a disappointment. I had them predicted to be second in the Pacific. It's not looking good. I am going to make a video, though, talking about my predictions a quarter of the way through the season, so look out for that coming up later this week. But Canucks play the Habs tonight. That's going to be the true dagger. If the Canucks lose to the Habs, or don't even get a convincing win to the Habs, who are, I think, below them in the standings, believe it or not, a team can be below Vancouver, there's going to be some serious problems. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys made it to this far in the video, you're a legend. Thanks for listening to my rant. Let me know your opinions down in the comments from people who are not Canucks fans. What are your opinions? Do you think Canucks fans are overreacting? Do you think we're annoying? Well, I already know the answer to that, but let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you guys are new, it means a lot if you guys subscribed. Like the video if you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.